Greg, welcome to InvestorStream for the first time. Really looking forward to getting into the Access investing platform with you, and it seems like an amazing concept and one that retail investors would really be interested to get involved with. In layman's terms, how does the process work and how does it benefit shareholders?
First, Alex, thanks for inviting us to present our offering here. It really starts with our end goal, which is to provide ordinary or retail investors with equal access to usually restricted pre-IPO investments. And from the process is simple. We will raise funds from the public through offering shares in Access investing. This offer is closing on the 30th of July, or as soon as we reach our target of over $3 million. We'll then seek to create value for our shareholders where our board and our advisors will source, review and invest in prospective or companies that intend to list on the ASX in a short time frame, and which are expected to increase their value substantially when they start trading publicly. As each company in our portfolio undertakes its initial public offering, we'll then distribute the shares to our shareholders in return for cancelling a portion of their shares in Access investing. So effectively a share swap. So now our shareholders will be receiving investments which we were secured at a pre-IPO price and will shortly trade on the ASX at a typically increased valuation. And so we're going to continue like this until all the investments that we hold have been distributed to our shareholders. That's a small portion of shares that we'll retain as a fee. At the end of the process, we've effectively recycled shareholder capital in the form of pre-IPO shares over time, which we anticipate will have a lift in value upon their listing. So this is shares that shareholders might not have been available to them otherwise, and who will benefit from combined experience of our board and the networks of our board and advisors to source and perform due diligence on companies on their behalf.
Okay, Greg, so can you just take us through the process for choosing a particular investment?
Sure. We'll look for established companies with good fundamentals, and that means a strong offering, strong IP, with a good, strong market demand and a competitive position and a good execution plan and an ability to protect their ground. But they've must have a strong management team, and then we'll have to have a plan to list on the ASX with a substantial private to public value uplift. We want them to have excellent longer-term prospects actually, and growth plans. We'll search for companies that post-listing will have the chance to earn much higher value over time for our shareholders than if they were sold on the first day of listing. Some of the industries that we'll be looking at is fintech, biotech, mining resources, healthcare, growth industries. We'll purposely avoid those sort of fad trends and sectors if there's no long-term fundamentals that they just don't stack up. Any of the funds that we invest will need to be either part of a last private round before an imminent ASX listing, or be applied to fund growth and significantly increase the company's value before it goes public.
Greg, just on that, who's assisting with making these investment choices? Can you just talk us through the calibre of the team with regards to choosing the right investment?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. And it's just critical. Our board and advisor committee are spread across the east and west coast of Australia, and actually have a combined 150 years of fund management, capital markets and investment experience. For example, one of our board members was on the investment committee for Colonial First State and Norwich Union. For me personally, it's been involving, for over 20 years, commercialising new tech. I ran the first tech incubator here in Perth. Also led an investment fund that actually focused on investing in early stage tech. I've been one of the co-founders of the Perth Angel Network. I've worked on both sides of advising, numerous sort of emerging tech businesses, for them to be investment ready and assisting in the capital raising. But I've also been very much involved in the filtering and assessing of ventures for investment. And all of us have an established network of brokers, advisors, industry specialists to help source investments, but also assist us in investment reviews as required.
Thanks, Greg. And just finally, do the Access investing team intend to focus on a particular sector or any particular sectors? And if so, can you give us a flavour for the opportunity within those sectors?
We'll actually be quite industry agnostic, but focus more on high growth sectors, which have the potential to generate outsized returns. But also, while de-risking the investment as much as possible through extensive due diligence. A good example would, we'll consider digital services and fintech companies, but only invest in those that are established businesses with a credible growth prospect and with a clear plan and a rationale for listing on the ASX.
Fantastic, Greg. Really appreciate you jumping on to talk us through the platform, and all the best with it. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks very much, Alex. Have a great day.